Today on Game & Watch It, we're not wearing pants. Hello and welcome to another Game & Watch It. We're on video camera. What do?
I don't know what to do with myself.
They're looking at us.
My soul.
Yeah, so we have been on, we've been doing our podcast for quite a bit now, and
Almost, actually, we're just a little over a year now.
yeah, happy anniversary to us. But we are now doing video recordings, which is kind of cool. So now you could like look at us and watch us if that's your thing.
Yeah. So anybody who is listening to this on either, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, whatever, come to our YouTube channel, Game and Watch It with an ampersand.
Yeah, and check out some older videos that I made about a couple of years back about fixing your Game Boy and recipes from a cool DS game and other stuff like that. So give those a watch. But yeah, let's get to podcasting.
Yeah. Well, first off, where's Arzy?
Oh, he's sick.
He's dying of dysentery.
Yeah, he got diarrhea.
Hard. So love you, Arzy.
Yeah, so it's just me and Paulie here. So
Hey.
we're gonna take it off with what you've been playing.
Oh God.
What have you been playing?
Where do I even start? Okay, I have a bit of an announcement. So I've been a console gamer. Are you kidding? Never a dull moment. Anyways, I've always been a console gamer my entire life, but I decided to make the switch and ended up building myself a gaming rig with the help of my buddy John. And John, if you're watching, thank you. So I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3, oddly enough, which is like the worst game to be playing on this like brand new gaming rig, but I don't care. I needed to start a seasonal character.
That's like playing like Snake.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, it is.
I got like a new iPhone 7 and I downloaded Snake.
Hey, shut up. Snake is still a good game.
It is.
Yeah, you know what? It's odd because Fab was on the podcast when you were gone on our last episode.
Yes, I heard that was really cool. You
Yeah.
guys talked about Splatoon and shit, right?
Yeah. It was a great episode. But Fab was mentioning that he is playing Diablo 3, and it kind of made me want to get back into it. And I knew the season had just started. Necromancer just came out, so I figured, why not?
What's a Necromancer?
It's a new character.
Oh.
So they have like different classes you can choose. This is the newest expansion.
Sounds like some pornographic like 4chan thing.
Wait, you don't know what a necromancer is?
No, it's a Necromancer.
It's a magician that like raises the dead and fucks with death and shit.
Does it fuck the dead?
No, it's not a necrophiliac.
Yeah, they're very close, right?
No, not even close. Anyways, I've been playing a lot of that.
So now that you're a PC gamer, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no problem.
Are you still how's your console situation? You still playing your PS4, your Switch?
I still have it. I'm going to. I just feel like if it's going to be a multi-platform console, then why bother playing it on all the consoles when I can play it on the PC instead? Like Destiny 2, just pre-ordered it.
Yeah. Well, like you have the comfort of your couch. You probably have a bigger TV screen than you do your PC rig, right?
Yeah, I mean it is better in that sense. But honestly, I'm fine sitting in front of a 24-inch screen playing Destiny 2. Don't judge. But yeah, no, honestly, it's I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Just sitting there playing the game. I already have a few people that are also buying the game on PC, so I'll have some people to play with.
Yeah.
So that'll be a huge plus.
And your PC rig, you can now it's super powerful. So now you can stream stuff.
Oh yeah.
And now we will be able to. Hopefully, in the near future, you'll start seeing some Let's Plays and some actual Game and Watch It stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Twitch is obviously going to be the best thing for that if we're ever going to do it. But, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. How about you? What have you been playing?
Oh, I've been playing quite a bit, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my 3DS up and running.
Okay.
I recently downloaded Monster Hunter Stories, the demo.
Oh, nice. I've been wanting to play that.
Man, that demo is meaty.
Really?
It gives you like 3 quests, and then it opens the game up, and then there's like all these different side quests you can do. So you can go around the village, and it opens up like 8 or 10 different side quests. You could sink maybe like 5 hours into that demo, and it all carries over.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
seriously?
It basically starts you the game. You get to make your avatar. You do like some trade and save side missions. You can beat a boss. It teaches you how to play the game. It's pretty sweet.
I'm down for it. It's just I've never been a huge fan of Monster Hunter just because it's always been that action RPG style.
Well,
You know
no,
what
this
I
is
mean?
this is a turn-based RPG
That's
now.
exactly why I want to get into
Yeah.
this, because it seems like it's actually more along my vein.
It's pretty, and it's super cute. That's why I'm playing it.
Yeah.
It's like super, not chibi, but it's cell shaded, and it looks like a Nintendo game, and I think it's going to be very successful because of that.
I really hope so. I really, really hope
The combat is it's not as like shallow as what's that level 5 game?
Fantasy Life?
No, the one before. There's like Yokai Watch.
Oh, okay.
So it's not as shallow as that, but it's not as deep as like Pokemon, if Pokemon is
So
considered.
you
deep.
can like collect monsters and battle with them.
Yeah.
So kind of along the lines of like Dragon Quest Monsters.
Maybe.
Kind of sits in that nice in between
Yeah.
for the both of them.
Yeah, but it seems pretty
Okay.
good. This like the cutscenes are like super awesome. Like you get right into the demo, and spoiler alert, but it's in the demo, so whatever. One of
Yeah.
the guys, your team of 3, so you, a girl, and a guy, and the guy's mother dies in like a dragon fire in the village. Like it, and I think you
Okay,
could see like.
so it gets Japanese heavy,
It
like
gets, like-
every other anime. Ever,
I guess, yeah, but I was like, whoa, I'm not used to this. But it was still pretty cool.
Okay.
I'm also playing P-Cross Round 3D P-Cross Round 2.
Okay.
Oh man, it's made by HAL Laboratory, so it's got that Nintendo charm to it.
Nice.
It's a
Nice,
fun
nice.
puzzle game. Like I'll make a coffee, go on my porch, and just do puzzles.
Yeah. Cool.
And it works with Amiibo, so you could tap like all the Nintendo and Zelda Amiibo.
Yeah.
And you got
gotcha.
like special Mario and Zelda and Kirby puzzles. I'm really enjoying it. I played the first one on the DS. I found it in Florida for like $4, and I sunk maybe like 100 hours into it. So
What? Seriously?
yeah.
God, maybe we should get on the P-Cross game. Like, damn.
Yeah, but 3D P-Cross, not regular P-Cross. They're both fun, but this one's a little more
In depth.
in depth and Nintendo-ish.
Okay. Gotcha. Nice.
I'm also playing Splatoon 2.
Oh, yeah. Oddly enough, I haven't started yet, which is bad because I kind of bought it on launch.
And you say you haven't opened it.
I haven't even opened it yet.
Come on, Paulie.
I haven't touched my Switch since I got back from Florida.
Me and RZ are like pretty in depth. We're pretty into it.
Yeah, I got to get started. I definitely got to get started. Like, I was incredibly excited for that game, so I don't know what the hell I'm waiting
Even
for.
my boyfriend Jonathan, he's never played Splatoon in his life.
Yep.
And I think he's further than I am, and he's playing right now
Oh, he's playing right
in
now.
the background. Shh.
Hi, Jonathan.
And after months and months, I am finally finished The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Wait, you finished it?
100% of it.
All four. Wait. So 120 shrines,
Yes.
900.
No, fuck that
Okay,
shit.
good.
That's not even funny.
No, that was like Nintendo's biggest troll of all time. That was hilarious.
But Nintendo even said you're not meant to find them all. This is a game where you're supposed to casually find them. They help you upgrade your inventory and stuff. So
Yeah.
it was never meant to complete it as a completionist.
But you've seen the trophy though, right?
But I think that's the joke that Nintendo's trying to make. That like you wasted all your time doing this. Here's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like I think Nintendo, it's like
Yeah, it's Nintendo trolling their fans.
it's not trolling,
It's 100% trolling.
but it was never intended to be like that. So it was,
I'm sorry, you're going to give collectibles away in a game and then expect completionists to not get those collectibles. They trolled. You only needed half of the seeds.
I 100% most Zelda games, and I don't consider if I like to get all the Koroks 100% in the game.
Yeah, neither do I, just because I find it tedious and I
It's not tedious. You're not meant to. It's like it's just you're not supposed to. And Nintendo shows you that you're not supposed to by throwing shit at your face.
I don't know. I agree to disagree.
Okay, fair enough. I upgraded the Tunic of the Wild 100%.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so I beat the game once, and then I got all 120 shrines. I got my tunic gear, the classic green tunic, Tunic of the Wild or whatever. And then I went and kicked Ganon's ass. So it was so easy by the end of it. I was so upgraded.
Yeah.
But man, that story,
Yeah.
that's intense.
It is a little crazy.
Yeah, but it's told in such a unique way where most of the story is in Ganon's castle through Zelda's diaries.
There's that and also the memories.
Well, the memories are kind of like they're cool, but like they show like Princess Zelda in like a different light, where she's more
Yeah.
vulnerable and she's like emotional and she resents Link, and it's like when you watch these all out of order, you're kind of confused. But then when you finally complete the game and you read her diaries and how her mother passed away,
Yeah.
and she had no one to, her mother was a healer, so she had no trainer to show her, so she was lost.
Well, her mother was Zelda. Her mother held the Triforce before she did.
Yeah,
right?
so she couldn't get her healing powers. She couldn't control her, or not healing powers, but her Princess Zelda powers to capture Ganon.
Yep.
And she was kind of lost. She didn't know what to do. Then she tried learning how to learn. She tried to teach herself about the Sheikah stuff and all that different technology. Mm-hmm. But she was just so sad.
Yeah, there was a heaviness to that game in regards to Zelda. I enjoyed it though. I mean, it was amazing storytelling because it fit the style of the game so well. It was one of those situations where you're in this open world game. You can do essentially whatever the fuck you want, right? Do anything at any point in time, whatever.
Yeah.
And if you do start diving into it, it almost kind of reminds me of like how Metroid pushes its stories
Prime,
along. Where like if you really want to dive into it, you can get whatever you want and also, figure out and kind of decipher and rearrange all the pieces of the story so that it makes sense and then you know what's gone on.
Yeah. It's quite interesting because, like, if you look at the name Breath of the Wild, and then you look at her flower, Princess Zelda's flower, it's in the logo, and it's at the end of the game. If you 100% it and you get that secret ending, the game ends with a flower, and that flower, if you read the description, it could only be grown. It can't be domesticated, so you can't farm it.
Yeah.
It could only be grown in the wild. And if you think about it, it's Princess Zelda, because her father was always like, you have to do this, stay here, don't go out. And it was kind of like Zelda's story because she...
Oh, okay, yeah, I never thought about the flower like that. That makes sense.
And it's even in the title, Breath of the Wild. Like, you could the only way Zelda was able to grow and control her powers was to go out and experience and go on an adventure.
Yeah.
So, like, there's such, like, I'm getting, like, goosebumps. It's just such a...
Well, this is the first time we've seen like an incredibly proper story in a Zelda game outside of Skyward Sword.
I guess, yeah.
And this is way better done.
I really like Skyward Sword just because it was it was like Harry Potter. It's like, oh, we're going to school together.
Yeah, it's not to say that Skyward Sword had a bad story. It didn't, but it was still like.
No, I think the simplicity of that story was really good, and to be honest, I thought that the Breath of the Wild story was kind of simple and kind of stupid. But then when I beat the game, I was like, "What's the meaning of this?" And these thoughts are from the internet. Yeah. But I went to go teach myself, and I read, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like,
yeah.
This is deep. This is deep storytelling, and it's not storytelling that is shoved down your face through cutscenes after cutscenes after cutscenes.
I love Final Fantasy, I guess.
Most video games that are cinematic.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Most cinematic games, but this is like if you beat the game, it's like, yeah, cool. But if you go do your research, or if you're smart enough to catch everything in the game, it's deep and awesome.
See, it's odd because like a type of storytelling like this only really works when a game is as good as Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yeah. A huge complaint for Destiny 1 was the fact that there was no story in the game. And it was a little exploratory in senses, like it was supposed to be an MMO type FPS, right? Yeah. But all the story was in the Grimoire cards, and when you completed certain achievements and did certain things and whatever, it would unlock more cards, and then you'd have more pieces to the story, what happened in the past before everything started, where you are right now. But people lost their shit because, don't get me wrong, Destiny is a great game for the feel, but it got repetitive, it wasn't as expansive, it wasn't anywhere near as customizable as they had hoped, or the fans had hoped it would be.
Well, I think that game has arms, and it will...
Oh, no.
It's going to be a franchise.
It already is. Yeah, it's coming out October. It's Destiny 2. So, it's coming. Absolutely, it's coming.
That is true.
But, yeah, it's one of those situations where I find it funny that in Breath of the Wild, it's so amazing how this fits that game so well. Mm-hmm. And then the same idea, mind you, done for different reasons, was brought to Destiny and just completely flopped. And people are actually pissed off by that style
the story?
of story. Yeah, because it was an underlying story. It wasn't something that was like shown or shoved into somebody's face, right? But people were expecting more out of it, I guess, and they just hated it because of it.
Fair enough, yeah.
It's all perception. It's crazy.
Yeah, you know my stance on storytelling. I really don't think it belongs in video games. And
I still think you're insane.
it's just more of like I that's what I stand for. And there's always some exceptions like Metroid Prime and
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild really knocked some of my stance down just from that epic storytelling. But if you play the game, it's like you could beat the game without even finding any memories, and you're like, oh, that game was amazing.
Yeah.
And but you could like peel it's like an onion, peel it back a bit, and you're gonna cry.
Okay, that was good. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into some news?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay, so
Kidding?
Final Fantasy 15 mobile, Gamescom
God,
just happened, and we didn't get our invite, but
yeah, because Game & Watch, it biggest video game outlet on the internet.
at least in Toronto,
I still doubt
probably
that.
not. North York, yeah. Do you have any? Did you see anything that you liked from Gamescom? Anything that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, there was one thing that got announced a few days ago, if I'm not mistaken. It was at least a couple. There's a remake coming.
Yeah, looks kind of cute.
Secret of Mana.
Oh, I was thinking Final Fantasy 15.
Oh,
but kind of the same thing. But
yeah, no, we'll get on to that because I have thoughts about that too. That's a little.
Yeah, so let's get into a little SquareSoft session here. We got a few games from Square Enix, but yeah, let's start off with Secret of Mana.
Can I go off on a little bit of a rant here? I kind of want to go off on a little bit of a rant because I've been reading internet comments about this. Announcement teaser, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody is freaking out because this game, quote unquote, looks like a mobile game, which I get to a certain degree because it does have that kind of a generic style to it. But at the same time, if you look at that game and you look at the Super Nintendo version of Secret of Mana, that game brought Secret of Mana essentially to 3D. Yeah, they could have changed the style of the eyes and the mouth and maybe made them a little more, physically accurate.
Okay.
Right? Anatomically accurate.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it looks like Secret of Mana. It's not like I'm looking at like the Final Fantasy VI remake on mobile or Steam or all that kind of stuff and being like, what the hell is this? Like, this looks terrible.
What does a mobile game look like? Because I'm kind of lost because
it's a very cutesy, chibi style generic anime thing.
Yeah, like you could say like Bravely Default looks like a mobile game.
No. That's much more stylized.
Okay.
Much more stylized. No, dude, I'm talking like straight up generic anime. Like, it's that plus chibi. That's what people are freaking out.
How about like the Final Fantasy remake games for the DS, which now are on mobile, but those games look like they're just low poly. Like I Am Setsuna, the new what's the second game coming from that company?
Oh, god damn it.
Glow or Overlight or whatever.
It's whatever, it doesn't matter. Either way.
That style is low poly and like cute. It's fine. I have no problem with Secret of Mana's visuals.
Dude, the internet is losing their minds over it. I will never understand it. I watched a reaction video, and like I don't want to call the girl out, so I'm not going to say any names or anything or whatever, but this girl made this reaction video on YouTube and was like so excited, like dude, almost crying within the first 2 seconds of the trailer loading up, and it was just like the logo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then as soon as she saw the art style, it's just like the tears evaporated away from her face.
Yeah, but
and she just like, and she was staring. I'm like, this is one of your favorite games of all time, and you are going to shit on it like this? Like, come on,
dude, you can't get worked up about stupid opinions. You know what I mean? Like the internet's full of stupid opinions.
It's true. It's just I feel like this is one that's been a little more prominent, and I don't agree with it at all. I think the game, for what it is, looks great.
It looks fine.
It could have looked better because I feel like PS4 was the main development console. You know what I mean? Instead of the Vita, it does look a little low poly, like even more so than I Am Setsuna.
Yeah, no, my biggest gripe with that, I think it looks fine.
Totally cool.
Do we both agree that it looks cute?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with it.
So we have no problem with Game & Watch it for Secret of Mana.
Unless RZ comes in, but we'll see.
No, I got actually a little gripe.
What?
Why isn't it coming to the Switch? What the fuck?
I completely agree. It's low poly enough that it'll run well on the system.
Yeah, where's the Switch version? Like, they just announced Final Fantasy for Switch. Not officially, but they basically said it.
Yeah.
Where's the Switch version of Secret of Mana?
Dude, I have absolutely no idea. I kind of had the same question. It's very strange that they're going to leave something like this that was originally on a Nintendo console, and now with their new relationship with Nintendo, I mean, there's other games now coming to the Switch now. We know for sure Dragon Quest XI. I mean, they have announced that years ago.
Yeah, that's one of the first Switch games ever announced.
Yeah,
Square Enix is supporting the Switch really well. And
yeah, Octopath Traveler is another game from them that's coming soon, right? So why not? It just doesn't make sense. That
I find
seems
like
the
if they,
console for it.
I find that like this announcement, if it was last year, it would have been like, okay, we don't know what the Switch is doing, but the Switch is on fire right now.
Yeah,
and like, why not?
Dude, Amiibo Canada, it's a subreddit that we follow pretty heavily.
Thank you, subreddit. I have a Super Nintendo Classic Edition.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Amiibo Canada has been listing, like, people on there have been listing Switches, like, oh my god, I found one in, like, Medicine Hat. Oh my god, there's one at, like, the Scarborough freaking whatever mall.
They're everywhere right now.
They are, and people are finding, but people are still posting about it, being like, guys, I found 6 at the store, go now.
Yeah, well, they're still selling out.
Yeah. I already know 2 people at work that within the past week found them, bought them.
Yeah.
And, like, they're not even gamers. And fine, whatever, you could have the whole casual core argument. But, like, I'm fine with it. Go nuts. You want the console? Go play it.
Yeah. I just find, like, some developers, like Square and Capcom, they're releasing a whole bunch of stuff. Capcom just released Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2.
Yep.
The last Capcom, like, EA just announced one of their games, Glow, or that weird, like, it looks like they're in the forest game. Really cool art style.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
So these big companies are supporting them, but you have Capcom who is supporting them. But like a game like the Disney Afternoon Collection, which is all NES games, isn't on the Switch.
Yeah.
Secret of Mana, an original, like, isn't on the Switch yet. There's Final Fantasy 15 is like it's weird how they're picking and choosing what games they want on it.
It could be maybe an engine issue, and they might have to port it, and it might take longer. I know there are certain engines that Nintendo doesn't support, oddly enough.
Yeah, but I just can't see them coming down the line like a year later. Say, oh, remember that Secret of Mana port? It's coming out as like a big announcement.
You never know. I mean, look, I gotta have faith that they'll see the light of day once they actually see the sales numbers from Nintendo, because I think we're due for something probably sometime after Christmas.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that everybody is aware that the Switch doesn't show signs of stopping.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. But I mean, getting back on topic, Secret of Mana.
Yeah.
I do have one gripe with it, and it's just more from the. Well, you know what? I'll start off first. It doesn't matter. Voice acting. I am actually kind of disappointed that they have it. I hope it comes with dual audio, because I don't want to hear the English dub. Just from the one line that was said during the trailer, it kind of made me cringe a little. I was like, okay, now maybe I don't want to
I think they
that.
will. Did Final Fantasy 15 have dual audio?
Actually, oddly enough, still haven't played it. So,
yeah,
I would assume it would, though. Most Square games are coming with it now.
Yeah, I think we're at 2017. Even Nintendo's doing it. I'm sure people will. So, if you haven't played Final Fantasy 15 and you have a PS4, and now you heard about this mobile degrade, which is awesome.
It's the full game, though.
It is.
It is the full Final Fantasy 15 on mobile.
Yeah, every cutscene has been like redone, just low poly.
Which is, okay, look, I understand, that's all fine.
And a new art direction, not just low poly, but like a brand new art direction and style.
Yeah, but okay, so my whole argument with this is just why?
For mobile. Mobile's huge.
But this is like a arguable 100-hour RPG. That's not something you want to put on mobile for the most part.
They're breaking it up. It's episodic.
Okay, so at least that makes a little more sense.
Yeah,
at least that makes a little more sense.
And I really think Square Enix is trying to make Final Fantasy 15 a franchise. They just announced that Assassin's Creed crossover. They also announced. Hold on, this one's even funnier. Monsters of the Sea, Final Fantasy 15 Monsters.
Oh
of the
yeah,
Sea.
but I've been done laughing about that after.
Fair enough, but it looks like they're really trying to push the brand Final Fantasy 15 and trying to get it on as many different devices: VR, mobile, console.
This is exactly what they did with 13. It's like exactly what they did with 13.
Exactly, yeah.
To the point where 15 was actually supposed to be a 13 offshoot game. Like, it's Square Enix. I'm not surprised by any of this.
They've done it, but whatever, go for it. Was Final Fantasy 15 a good game?
13, you mean?
15.
Oh, dude, again, I haven't played it.
Well, like from what
From what I've heard, I mean, like when we had Andy and Chris on the podcast, I know Andy had played it extensively.
Yeah.
And I think actually Chris had played it as well. But either way, it doesn't matter. So
I heard good things.
I've heard good things, but I've heard also bad things. And I heard that like they were fixing the game as people were playing it, which is never the way you want to release a game. Right? Like apparently the last dungeon in the game was absolutely horrendous. And then they fixed it, and everybody who originally played it was like, well, I'm not playing this final dungeon again just because you guys fixed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But for me, I'm excited. I actually kind of want to play it on the Switch, the ugly version.
Mm-hmm. No, whatever. Go for it.
I think it's going to be cute. Yeah.
Why bother buying a new console? If you can play it, go play it. I heard it's a good game.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think they've done a proper Final Fantasy or not a proper because I know they've done proper games. A good Final Fantasy since like 12, in my opinion. Like 13 was terrible. 13.2 was serviceable, but still, it was like a solid 7. 13.3 I heard I didn't even bother with that game, but I heard it was horrendous. The battle system was amazing, but literally everything
I hope
else
these games are good
ones.
because I personally have an investment with the Kingdom Hearts franchise, and it's kind of the same teams developing that stuff. So,
in a sense.
So I'm hoping these games are good because if the team can't make a Final Fantasy game, they probably can't make a Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah, but it's 2 separate teams, though, isn't it? I thought it was Sakurai that's doing the.
No, Sakurai is I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the big teams. Because I remember he was on 15, and then he came off Kingdom Hearts 3 to work on Final Fantasy 15.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. They're a company. They're always intertwined.
Yeah, no. It makes sense. By the way, talking about this and seeing how Final Fantasy 15 has been pushing itself to like many different consoles.
Yeah.
Do you now have faith that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be coming to Switch?
No, I don't think so. Number one, I don't think the Switch can handle it.
Yeah, but it can handle Final Fantasy 15. That's just as big of a game.
No, but it's the Switch is not getting the console PS4 version. It's getting the mobile version.
Yeah, but it's still a version of the full game. I'm saying they could do essentially the same thing.
Well, of course, you can have like a 60-hour, like Zelda's 200, like it could be 150 hours. It doesn't matter the size; it matters the graphical.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that it's going to look as good as the PS4 or PC versions, but still, do you think it'll come?
No, I don't.
No.
I'm curious. I want to hold off and see what Dragon Quest 11 looks like on the Switch.
Okay.
And if it's like if they can pull that off, where it's like one is just a worse looking game than the other one, but has a good frame rate and plays really well, it's just the graphics that suffer.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from with it.
If they can pull that off, then yes, I think Kingdom Hearts can do it. But what they're doing right now, where they're making a completely different version of Final Fantasy for mobile, I think it might be maybe they'll make a downgraded version, but I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
But did you see that Toy Story trailer?
Honestly, no. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard. Why? Okay, run us through it. Paint a picture for me.
So it starts off with, of course, words going through this.
Obviously.
Through lots of words going vertically and horizontally, and then it cuts out, and then there's more words. Now they're going in squares, and now they're zigzagging, and some of the letters are turning three-dimensional and twisting into the background and the foreground, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Typical Kingdom Hearts stuff, because Kingdom Hearts is light.
Oh, I hate myself sometimes. No.
So it starts off with Sora, Donald, and Goofy entering the world, and they are action figures.
Yeah.
Like wooden blocks. They got balls and joints where they not supposed to be.
Yeah.
But the character design's pretty sweet.
Okay.
You walk in, and this game looks like a Pixar movie from the 90s.
Okay, so, but still, no, that's good.
But still, really, really good. Like for the first time ever,
amazing.
It looks as it should.
Okay.
And it sounds as it should, and the settings are you're in Andy's room, and it looks like Andy's room. You go out onto the street, you jump on. Now you're fighting on the roof. You're fighting on the driveway.
Yeah.
And all the voice actors are returning. And this isn't official, but I was looking up. Toy Story 3 for PS3.
Okay. Yeah.
And all the voice actors returned for that game, and it was a Disney interactive game.
Yep.
So I'm sure all the voice actors are gonna return for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Have they announced it?
No, but I'm just looking back at the history of everything.
I really hope so. I really hope so because I want to hear like.
Except Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks.
I was literally just about to ask if it was going to be
Tom Hanks never does any Woody stuff out of the main storylines, but his brother fills in for him for any other Woody stuff.
Are you serious?
For toys, for video games, for promotional material. So
wow.
Tom Hanks' brother has made a living off of Woody and doing his voice, and I've heard it. He sounds just like him. Obviously not.
Well, exact, but yeah, I mean it's so closer than getting a random.
But yeah. So Kingdom Hearts 3 looks, man, that game looks real good, and I'm super excited. I still don't have a PS4, so I try not to get hyped for games that I can't play.
Yeah.
Like Secret of Mana.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I have no system to play it, so I'm like,
Well, no, you'll be able to play it on your Mac.
That's true.
It's coming to PC.
Yeah, that's true. But I try to keep my systems very
consolidated.
Yeah. However, Cuphead is one game that I will put my Nintendo stuff away and get on this bad boy.
Yeah.
Hook up my Wii, my Switch Pro controller.
Yeah.
And play the crap out of it.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. Do the same thing. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. I bought my PC for many different reasons, but one was so I could play all of those Xbox exclusives that I wanted to play that I didn't want to have to buy a console for.
Yeah, fair enough.
I figured, why not consolidate everything into one instead of buying an Xbox and a PC? It just
I hear you.
That doesn't make sense.
That's like me, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But another reason I'm not going to play Secret of Mana is because after the break, I want to talk about Super Nintendo Classic Edition and the pre-order fiasco.
All right. Yeah. No. I'm totally down for that. And it's about time for a break anyways. So, cool.
See you soon.
See you guys in a bit.
And we're back.
Hey.
In video format.
Yeah.
Yay. I am very excited because not only did I get one SNES Classic Edition pre-order, but I got two, baby.
You got two?
Yeah.
For what? For you and Jonathan?
Yeah, I got Jonathan to come. Jonathan, come on camera.
Wait 1 second.
Okay. So I was able to get two pre-orders. So I woke up one morning and Nintendo released on their page that they're doing that they're releasing pre-orders today.
Yeah.
Not today, but the day of.
Yeah.
And I was like freaking out. I was calling everybody. I was on Reddit /r/Amiibo Canada, which is our little secret, and now your secret.
Yep.
And I was able to get. I was able to find out some information, some whispers here and there that EB Games was going to be releasing their pre-orders at 1 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah.
So I called like 10 EB Games, and they're like, "We don't know what you're talking about. We don't know what you're talking about." And then I went back to the internet and I read the comments, and they're like, "What are you talking about? We're talking to all these EB Games people, and they're saying that they don't know what you're talking about." And then one guy's like, "Yeah, there's an embargo that Nintendo released saying that they can't say anything."
Even though they announced it.
So EB Games, the employees, even though as much as I hate you guys were told not to, and that's respectable. You're just doing your job. That's cool. But I read that. I kind of believed it. I kind of didn't believe it. Nintendo and pre-orders, especially for that kind of stuff, I have no idea what's going on. So I kept calling. And then one guy says, I call him on the phone. He's like, "Hey, man." I'm like, "Do you have any idea about the SNES pre-order?" And he's like, "Honestly, man, we know nothing, but you should be here at 1 o'clock in store." And I was like, "Oh, my God. Thank you so much, man. That's all I need to hear." So I grabbed Jonathan, and I'm like, "Jonathan, we need to go to EB Games right now." So we went, and there was one person in line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Hey, guys, are you releasing it?" They're like, "Yeah, it's at 1. But we're not allowed to say anything."
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, there's regulations you have to abide by. People want to keep their jobs. It makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you doing your jobs. I'm not dissing you. You guys did well for what you guys were given.
Yeah.
And I managed to get two, and I'm super happy.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. I think it's Amazon that hasn't done theirs yet.
Okay.
I know Best Buy and EB Games has.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, both of them have online. So that's for sure. Amazon, I'm waiting. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. I remember last year for the NES edition, that was oh my God, that was a nightmare. I managed to get one NES, and I gave it to my brother for Christmas,
Yeah.
and they loved it. And they actually we went to the cottage yesterday, and they brought it up to the cottage, and they're leaving it there. So now I have access to my NES, their NES Classic Edition whenever I want.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty sweet. So
I remember I got mine, but I got mine like months later.
and you paid regular price.
Yeah, I found it on Amazon because they had a Prime exclusive with it because they can pull that crap.
Yeah, I was on Kijiji today trying to get another remote, another controller for it, and they went for like $100, which is ridiculous. I'm using
No, but it comes to two.
No, this NES, because now that I have the NES at the cottage, I just want I want like a matching set.
You can, but I mean, at least it's serviceable with the Wii controllers,
which is what I'm using right now.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I was comparing D-pad from the Wii Pro controller to the NES, and it's actually controls a little bit better on the Wii. The buttons I feel a little are tighter.
They are. Like I have the classic controller Pro. The one that came with like the Monster Hunter Tri way back in the day.
It's got two grips to hold on to.
Yeah, and the secondary L and R buttons, I think, or whatever it is. I know they added a few extra features to it, which is nice. And I've been using that.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to have. Now, I mean, with NES, it made sense that they had two controller ports because I don't think any of those games were 4-player or beyond the 2-player mark. But now we're looking at games that are coming out that do have that support that we're not going to be able to use because it only has two controller ports.
Yeah, but you can go back on the Wii and just play it on the Wii. We're specifically talking about Secret of Mana.
Of course. I mean, look, I'm going to play the shit out of any iteration of that game. I love that game.
Have you played it?
Oh, yeah, dude. I played that game like the first time when I was a kid.
There are so many games on the SNES Classic that I'm dying to play still.
Yeah, we should definitely do something with Secret of Mana. It's an incredible game.
But if we're going to do a live stream, we're going to have to suck it up and bust out our Wiis and play how it should be played.
Yeah,
and now,
if that's what we decide to do, for
and
sure.
what's so cool, we could use our SNES Classic Pro, our SNES Edition controllers and hook it up to the Wii and actually play with Super Nintendo controllers.
Yes.
So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's a big plus.
Yeah. Now I have 2 pre-orders, and I think I want to trade my second pre-order for a European edition because.
See, I was thinking about that too, but have you seen the prices on that?
Oh, they're the same price. Like MSRP is the same as Canada.
It's not.
How much is it in Europe?
In Europe, it's like either $79.99 or $99.99 euros.
Yeah.
That translates to like exponentially more than what we're paying for it.
Well, it's still like I maybe I can trade it for face value.
Maybe well, I mean, who knows? I keep looking for it. I know if you want to go this route, which I wouldn't suggest because they tend to gouge. Play Asia is expecting them to come in on pre-orders for them. Yeah,
I'd love to pick up a European one. I love the European and Japanese SNES. They're colorful.
Yes, that's exactly. Like I was thinking about doing the same thing. I love the style of the console more because it's like the Super Famicom. Everywhere else got the Super Famicom except for us, and we got that like gray and purple thing,
which is ugly as shit. But it's nostalgic.
For us, it is absolutely.
Like
I mean, that was my
gray,
childhood.
Purple and light purple. It's ugly as shit.
Yeah.
It is ours, so I guess we gotta like it. It's what we grew up with.
You know what? It's fine. I'm cool with having it, but if I have the chance to get the European one or the Australian one, then I'm in.
Yeah.
It's just an issue of getting the adapters afterwards because those will come with like European plugs and blah 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 blah.
That's true. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be micro USB. Like
it is, like that. So you can just grab one of your
so that's easy
little dinglets, dongles, and hook it up.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you know because you have one. It's essentially a phone charger. It actually just has the USB cord plugging into an adapter that goes into the wall. So
correct. Yeah.
I'm sure you can use any phone charger with it.
Yeah. But it's coming out soon. It's coming out in September.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting one? Do you have any intentions?
Oh my god, yes. Yeah. I already have friends that are like completely crapping on me for it because the NES Mini. I don't know if you heard about this or not. So there was the whole thing where somebody released software and you could put any NES game on that software.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to touch the thing. You didn't have to hack the OS. It just pushed it to the hard drive. It read the games, and you were good to go.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
I disagree, but
whatever. To me, that's incredible. I love that.
Fair enough.
But on the flip side of that, now they've somehow gone into it and now have changed it and hacked it so that it has become a proper emulation machine, meaning it plays up to, I believe, N64, if not PS2 era games.
What, the SNES?
Yeah, no, the NES.
The NES can output graphics that are N64 graphics?
Well, yeah, because I mean, it was really just a modified Wii of sorts or whatever it was,
that's
right?
crazy.
So, like, it's what I was saying before. I knew this was going to happen. We were talking about the NES before it even came out. Like, it's one of those situations where you get the hardware, you can't buy something that is going to only match the NES because it's actually harder to retrofit all that kind of stuff.
It's cheaper to use more expensive parts and to manufacture like shitty parts.
Exactly. It's why it came with like 500 megabytes of storage. You can store the whole NES like library in that and still have room for
And more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing, right?
Okay.
And either way, with that in mind, everybody else is like, well, you already have the NES Classic. Why don't you just hack it? It'll be the same thing. No, whatever. Same inputs. Just buy the controller.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no. Or why don't you just buy a RetroPie and put it in an enclosure? And then I'm just like, no, it's not the same. Like,
That's why they're selling for $500 still. Because people like just want that official
exactly. I feel the exact same
plug
way.
and play experience. They don't have to hook up to an internet. They don't have to fucking download updates, all that bullshit. It's such a simple solution.
Yeah.
And it's done right. There's Ataris, there's Segas, there's so many companies that have done it, but this one's done right.
Yeah, and this one is actually done by Nintendo, where I know like the Sega was done by a third-party company and they got licensed, and that's why it was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, this just makes sense to me.
I know. And there's so many good games on it.
Yeah.
But so when the NES came out, we knew a SNES was coming next year.
Yeah,
Now,
of course.
next year, it's more up in the air. Are they going to do a N64? Are they going to do a Game Boy Classic? Or are they done? What do you think?
I think they might be done. If there's anything, it's going to be N64 after this, but I don't think they're going to do it.
See, I think it's more likely to do a Game Boy and sell it for $100 because there's going to be a screen built in and it could be the same price point.
So you're talking about like an actual like portable console.
I'm talking about like a brick Game Boy, or I think they might do the Game Boy Pocket version because it's a little slimmer,
Yeah, that makes sense.
or even the Game Boy Color with a bigger. No, they can't redesign it. I think we're going to see I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, no. I got you. I know where you're coming from with all this.
Or they're gonna be done with that, and then they're officially gonna launch the Virtual Console for Switch.
Okay. Yeah. Which, I mean, I really hope so, because that's what I've been hoping for the most out of all this.
I was assuming that I still have a bet with you on it. That like now I'm a little worried because they already did the 2 Metroid games when I just wanted one.
Yeah.
And now, like, come on, guys. I guarantee this. Once they announce the Virtual Console,
Yeah.
they're going to headline with Mother 3.
I'm going to say this.
100%.
I've already been kind of planning me winning this bet for a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like you're going to enjoy it and then also hate me at the exact same time for what I'm going to make you play.
Well, don't spoil it.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to
Let's
at
figure
all.
out who's going to win because I'm still got a chance.
Yeah, it's true.
I think
it's
so.
true. Robbie has a very slim chance of winning this bet.
Slim chance, you nuts. I did like 2 rabbit in the holes, or not rabbit in the holes, like 2 like diamonds in the sky, or like really like oddball predictions.
Do you not remember how this bet started?
How did it start?
Well, because you said, I guarantee you within this year, Metroid and Mother 3 are going to be announced and released. And I said, what? And then you stood by and I said, well, I'm willing to put a bet on that. Are you? And then you said yes, so here we are.
Well, you did already kick your ass in one bet, so I'm going to kick your ass in another bet.
Yeah, but this one you don't have
You
any
little
control
shit.
over.
I don't. But I'm still hopeful because I know for a fact that Nintendo did announce that when they announce their Nintendo Online, whether it's through a direct or a press conference or whatever, they're also going to talk about their Virtual Console, and that is going to be within this year because the online is coming out in 2018. So I have one more chance, or at least one more big chance to win this bet, and that will be on the day that Nintendo announces their plans for online, and that direct is when Mother 3 will be announced. You heard it here first.
Okay, all right, fair enough. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Do you want to talk about some games on the SNES, or what else do you want to talk about?
I mean, we could, but I mean, everything that I want to play on it, I've pretty much already played.
I know.
I mean, like Super Mario RPG is amazing.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy
let's
6,
do
3,
this.
whatever.
What's the first game that you're going to play on it?
Final Fantasy 6.
Oh, really?
3, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no question. I've been jonesing to play that game again, and I didn't want to emulate it. This is
This is your chance.
Well, I mean, technically, I'm still emulating it, but you know what I mean. I'm doing it legally this time, so yeah, I'm going in and I'm playing it again because I haven't played that game in ages.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I kind of wish the Chrono Trigger was on it, but what are you going to do?
That's the only missing one, I think.
It really is.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I mean, Mario World is going to be on that list consistently. Same thing with Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, but these third-party companies have like some secret agenda when they put these games on, like Street Fighter, for example.
Yeah.
There's
Then we got Street Fighter 2 for the Switch right
Street
afterwards.
Fighter 2, Secret of Mana. Now we know why that game is on there because of a thing. Final Fantasy. Like, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But maybe Chrono Trigger just isn't ready to be in the like. It's not ready for Square's not ready to put it in your minds because they have no plans for it at the moment.
Which is fine. I mean, I'm a little skeptical on how a remake is going to be viewed. And how well Square Enix is going to be able to do that remake. I think their best bet with the Chrono series, make a new game. They've had, I don't know if you know this or not, and maybe some of our fans do, but there was an IP that they registered and that they never used. So they had Chrono Trigger, then Chrono Cross right afterwards on PlayStation.
Okay.
And then they registered Chrono Break. And Chrono Break never happened. Nobody ever saw anything about it. Nobody heard anything in regards to that game outside of, oh, this thing got registered. Everybody keep an eye out for it.
Okay.
So they still probably own that intellectual property. Why not do something with it? It's right there. They are like clawing at different ideas. Like they are putting so much into Final Fantasy 15 for no reason. Start Chrono Break. Give it to the team that's making I Am Setsuna. Right?
Yeah,
if the secondary games, Lunar, whatever the hell it's called, or whatever, give them that game. They're still a part of Square Enix. They're a development team. And if they prove themselves, which
for example, let's look at two of their games. You got Secret of Mana and you have Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
Two really good games, classics. And they've made sequels for both of those games.
Yes.
And they've all failed. None of them have held up to the original.
That's not true at all.
Well,
no. Secret of Mana 2, aka Senkai Dengetsu, whatever the hell it's called, 3.
Yeah.
Because Secret of Mana was actually the second in that iteration for that franchise.
Okay, because the first one was Game Boy Final Fantasy Adventure.
It's still hailed as one of the best in the series, and that was directly after Secret of Mana.
Okay,
it just never got released here. Also, on top of that, I think it was Legend of Mana, whichever one was on the PlayStation 1.
Game Boy Advance.
No, the PlayStation 1 one. I can't remember what it's called then. Either way, that game is also, according to reviews, incredible.
Well, it was
after that it kind of went to, yeah.
Well, either way, I just read an interview about the creator of Secret of Mana, and he got fatigued from it, and he's like, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, of course.
He left the company, and then he went on to make Grezzo, who's known for the remakes of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and an original game, Triforce Heroes, and then his newest and most original game, which is Fantasy Life.
Yeah.
Which you should be playing if you're a fantasy.
Oh, I already played it. The game's fantastic.
Not Fantasy Life, my bad. Oh, Ever Oasis.
Oh, no. That's already on my radar.
Because Ever Oasis is a new game. It's getting pretty good reviews, and that is from the creator of Secret of Mana. So if you're looking for a new Secret of Mana game, Ever Oasis is what you should be playing right now.
I'm all over that. And by the way, again...
did you know that it had any ties to Secret of Mana?
I had no idea, but it still looked amazing, and I really did want to play it.
Now you know.
No, but you kind of made a comment. Chrono Cross is still an incredible game.
I know, but none of these games...
It never lived up to the hype that Chrono Trigger left for it, but in its own right, that game is still a solid 8.5 or 9.
And I know,
incredible.
Mr. Abiki, Daniel, he loves that game. We know...
Mr. Corky Bumhole?
I know these games are good. It's just in the mainstream, I'm sure there's a lot of people who like these games, but overall... Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana, you never hear about their sequels unless you get into the nitty gritty. People like hardcore fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I got you.
That's what I'm trying to make. But either way, it's cool.
Crazy. It's funny that you bring that up because I think that's more of an American thing. Because Secret of Mana here is the be all end all of that series, right? But in Japan, when they announced the Mana series compilation, on their Twitter account, they weren't playing Secret of Mana. They were playing the third one, the one after. To show it. Again, that one has been hailed as if I'm not mistaken, the best out of the bunch.
It's so confusing. all
Yeah,
these
I
Final
guess-
Fantasy numbers and these Secret of Mana numbers. And
Yeah, it was all just for promotion's sake over here because they didn't give us all the games that they were making.
no, it's
Right?
just, Square needs to fucking learn how to name games properly.
What are you talking about? Final Fantasy
suck.
1 through 15 is normal in Japan. It's just not normal here because of how it was released.
They
That's
need
all
to
it is.
hire a department, a new department on just naming games because they have no fucking clue what they're doing.
They used to, not anymore. Not anymore. I mean, look at Nintendo with Earthbound. That was Mother 2.
Yeah, but
Same shit.
But then they released Mother 1 here. It's not like it's not like they were. Oh yeah,
yeah,
I guess
but that was Mother Origins or you know what I mean, or Earthbound Origins.
Well, that's a better way to do it than fucking like renumbering shit. They just said this is the prequel to Mother.
Yeah, that's fine. That was
It's not
done-
like there's like now there's like there's no continuity. Back in the SNES days, you had Final Fantasy 3. It just it makes sense the way they did Mother.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
And
I
if
see
they
what you're
release
saying.
Mother 3, it's going to be called Mother 2 here, which
Yeah,
is going to
yeah.
be hard to get used to.
No, I get it.
Or Earthbound 2,
Yeah. Whatever.
which can you imagine they released that? Oh no, they can't release that on the SNES. It wasn't for.
Yeah.
It was for Game Boy Advance. But maybe if they release Game Boy Advance Classic, that will be. Oh my God, that's what they're doing.
The Game Boy Advance Classic?
That's what they're doing.
I don't know.
They're,
I mean,
because
it would
they
make
did
sense,
they did
but-
Star Fox 2 this year, and then next year for holiday we're gonna get Mother 3, and I'm gonna lose the bet by a fucking few months.
That would be the best way to win that thing.
But if they have to no, but even if they do announce it, it won't be announced till next summer.
Either way, this is a win-win situation with me with the bet. Because I lose the bet and I get games that I want to play anyways, because I've been looking forward to these games for well before they were announced.
No, I
Or-
have to make
or-
you play
or-
a game.
No. My stipulation is I was supposed to write like a stupid essay on something or whatever, according to Ryan, RZ, whatever.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
I'm leaving it up to the bet master. Anyways, beyond the point, or I win the bet and then I get to troll you for like half an hour to an hour.
Paulie, who is the master of Mario Kart?
You are
Say it all.
what? No, I can't remember what it was. Was it you are?
Kiss my hand.
I'm not going to kiss your hand.
Kiss my hand.
I'm not kissing your
If you
hand.
can't remember it, you have to kiss my hand.
That was ever part of the stipulation.
Paulie, kiss my.
In case you guys didn't hear, Jonathan.
He kissed it. He kissed it. It's right here live on
Jonathan is
Game
in the
Watch.
background saying, "I want to watch."
Jonathan, shut up! You're not supposed to be here. This is his house, so
Yeah.
we'll give it that.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Best.
So Paulie mentioned a question the other day. It was a fun question for fan, our fake news questions, and I kind of just want to touch on it. Can
Yeah, of
we?
course, absolutely.
touch
Let's
on
do it.
So, what's the question you want to present to our audience?
Oh, okay. So if you were to describe any one of the major console makers, so Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo,
Yeah.
as a drink, a beverage of sorts,
Yeah.
what would they be?
Okay. Oh, do
do
you
you
have
wanna-
your answers?
I have one. I have
I'm gonna
one
start.
from
I'm gonna start
Nintendo.
with PS4.
Okay, go.
Bombay Gin Martini.
Why?
They're like the James Bond of the. They're like super cool, super classy. They're never wrong. They're always at the top of their game. You'll never find them hungover in the corner.
Okay,
They're just
okay.
like they're great. They're always on.
Okay, no, I agree with that.
I'm gonna go with top shelf gin martini for.
I would even say a nice scotch. Like a nice 10-year scotch.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing too crazy expensive or like super pretentious,
Yeah.
but just like a solid drink.
Yeah, even like a. What's Mad Men drink?
I have no idea. I never watched that show.
Manhattan or something. I don't know.
Oh, what, old fashions?
Old fashions. Yeah, even an old
I
fashion.
could see that. Yeah, and old fashions are delicious. So
Yeah,
like,
and gin martinis are delicious. Caesars are really good too.
I'm gonna go with Nintendo on this. They would be like the fruitiest pop you could possibly find, but like they are incredibly delicious.
Yeah.
But the only difference is that the bottles will like just come apart for no apparent reason.
Okay.
And there's like a 0.1% chance that you'll get E. coli.
Yeah, fair enough. I disagree.
It's an amazing product.
Why do you
but
think you
there's-
get E. coli? What has Nintendo ever poisoned you or something?
Mentally, yes.
Why?
No, it's the same crap that like they do something so well, but when it comes down to like the production of stuff, like hardware and everything,
Yeah.
they mostly shit the bed on it.
Hardware. They're the king of hardware.
No, Wii U.
What the fuck's wrong with the Wii? The Wii's like one of my favorite systems.
No, you're wrong.
What's wrong with the Wii?
compared to literally everything else in the market. The PS3 was better. The Xbox 360
You're making the Wii
was
sound like a
better.
fucking Virtual Boy.
No, there's another example right there.
Yeah, the Virtual Boy is a failure. The Wii U and the GameCube are considered failures, but the Wii is successful and like
Yeah, but it was
commercially.
successful with like a plethora of shovelware.
Well,
And essentially only good first-party titles.
That only comes with all like the sales numbers. You have to have the shovelware with the amount of sales.
He's getting so defensive.
No. You don't say that. No, but the Wii's the best. Fucking.
I'm saying the drink itself. What you buy it for. That's the Marios. That's the Zeldas. That's the Donkey Kongs.
Yeah.
That is one of the most delicious sodas you'll ever have in your life. But the bottle's a piece of shit and you'll get E. coli but like one point in time or another.
You know, the best drink, if I have to compare Nintendo to a drink, it's not going to be a drink at all because they never fucking follow the rules. It's a fucking schnozberry pie.
It's a schnozberry pie.
It's a schnozberry pie.
Yeah.
It's a Willy Wonka reference.
Yeah.
Nintendo reminds me a lot of Willy Wonka. They have this like secret headquarters that like has these secret rooms in it. They have like the top of the line products. Everybody's trying to imitate them, but they never can.
It's true. They have slave labor with midgets.
No, but they have like this creative genius.
Sorry, wait, my mistake. Little people.
They have
Little people.
these genius creators. Miyamoto could be like this, like he's always flipping the table. He's kind of like crazy, but he's a genius video game developer.
Yeah, no, I got you. That makes sense.
But yeah,
What do you think about Microsoft?
like a Pabst beer.
Oh no, mine was
Pabst
even
beer
worse.
and like
Mine was even worse. Zima.
what's Zima?
Imagine Monster energy drink with like vodka in it. It's an energy drink vodka mix.
Yeah.
That's what Microsoft
Yeah,
is.
it's like they're like Mountain Dew, Doritos, and vodka.
I was literally just about to say
What
that every can comes with a fucking pack of Doritos.
No, this is mixed into the drink. It's magic. You put it in the
Dorito chunks in
you
it.
put it in the blender, and it's like a weird Caesar. It's probably tasty and it's like.
Oh, I'm not saying it tastes bad. I'm just saying it's like your epitome of fucking gaming douchery. Mm-hmm. It's Monster plus Sky vodka plus Dorito crust.
Yeah, this is a fun question, and I never heard it anywhere. I think like when we get guests on our show, we should ask them and just like it should be like maybe an icebreaker.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And then maybe we could like put like a guide on somewhere.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Plugs.
Yeah. But anyways,
Yeah.
guys, thank you for.
Hold on, I
watching
still
our
want to talk.
first-
I still want to talk about Sonic Mania.
Wait, no, but next episode maybe.
Sonic Mania is awesome, and you should play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching.
I'm the host. Guys, thank you. I'm wearing the bow tie, Paul. I always have to do this. Guys, thank you for watching. And yes, you finally see what we look like and how we act. And
Hi.
and some nipple play. God damn it. But thank you for watching. You can mainly find us on YouTube now.
Yeah.
As well as audio places like you do this part.
Oh god, this is why I was starting it. Like every time. We are on SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Podbay.
Yeah.
If you want to find us, I mean, you already found our YouTube page, so thank you
back.
for coming. If you guys are watching this on the video, if you are listening to us right now on any one of those outlets, come to YouTube. Come check us out. Maybe you'll like it better in video form. Maybe you'll hate us. Who knows?
Yeah, check out my old videos too. I already plugged those in, but I'm gonna plug them in again. And just kind of thank you for your patience.
Yeah.
It's summertime. We've been on vacation. It's been hard to get together, but
Yeah, for sure.
we're gonna try our best to get back to our regular schedule and give you more of this.
Yeah.
Okay, and RZ.
Oh, wait, shit, he's not here. Scene.